Hello and welcome back to yet another Genshin Impact video on the channel. It is LateCom here, and in today's video, we will be talking about how you can farm over 1.4 million Mora every single week without needing to spend any resin. Let's not waste any time and let's jump right into the video. First off, let's start with the basics. By completing your commissions, you will be receiving around 35,000 to 40,000 Mora daily, scaling based on your adventure rank and varying based on the combination of combat and NPC commissions you receive, as you can see on your screen. This rakes in around 262,500 Mora every single week. Secondly, we've got expeditions. Assuming that you're placing all of your characters in Mora expeditions, you will be able to expect around 25,000 Mora every 16 hours. Let's just standardize this at 25,000 Mora per day or 175,000 Mora per week, as the average Genshin enjoyer probably logs on once a day most of the time. Next up, we've got weekly bounties and requests. If you've been skipping your bounties and requests, make sure to do them, as you're missing out on a whopping 150,000 Mora every week just for a few minutes of your time at the start of the week. Moving on, let's talk about the Battle Pass rewards. You may have noticed that you receive Mora rewards at regular points of 3, 6, and 9, scaling by an additional 16,000 Mora with every 10 levels that passes. This totals up to 720,000 Mora, assuming you have them completed by the end of the version patch, that is. Considering each patch lasts for 42 days on average, we will be receiving a rough estimate of 120,000 Mora weekly. Now, there's a part of Genshin where many players have either neglected or forgotten over time, and this is none other than the Serenitea Pot. After reaching Trust Rank level 8, players will be able to purchase up to 200,000 Mora every single week with a total of 2,400 Realm Currency. To optimize the rates of obtaining Realm Currency, try to achieve at least 20,000 Adeptal Energy, as it will generate you the maximum amount of 30 currency per hour at that point. Let's now take a look at the Spiral Abyss. To summarize, you will be able to obtain a total of 585,000 Mora every 15 days, assuming you manage to get 36 stars during that Abyss rotation. Rewards are distributed based on two factors. First one being chamber completions, and the second one being star-based completions. Simply by progressing through floor 9, you will be obtaining a total of 20,000 Mora per chamber, which increases as you enter higher floors. You can expect to obtain 345,000 Mora just by clearing up the Abyss until 12-3, regardless of the stars obtained. As for the star-based rewards, you can expect up to 60,000 Mora per floor, assuming you manage to clear the chamber with 9 stars, totaling up to 240,000 Mora that will be obtainable through this way. Again, by averaging these rewards out, you can expect to obtain up to 273,000 Mora in Spiral Abyss every week. With all the easier methods of obtaining Mora now out of the way, this next part onwards is going to be about more grindy methods of obtaining Mora. Coming up next, we have got 1 to 2 star artifact farming. You may laugh at this farming method, but this is actually a really good way for not just obtaining Mora, but artifact fodder as well. You can probably expect around 60 to 70,000 Mora by farming these every single day, totaling up to around 280,000 Mora a week. One important thing to note is that there is a daily cap on the amount of points you can investigate. After 100 investigations, no more additional investigation spots will spawn. However, investigation points that were already spawned in the area when you reached 100 will remain unless you go out of its range. The best strategy to use is to teleport to an area with a large amount of investigation spots immediately after reaching 99 investigations. I'm not going to go too in-depth about the farming routes in this video, as it would make the video too long. Lastly, we have elite enemy farming. If you didn't already know, elite enemies will drop anywhere between 200 and 600 Mora depending on the type of mob that you have killed. One important thing to note is that the maximum daily limit of obtaining rewards from this method is 400 times, meaning that any elite enemy killed after 400 times will not grant you any Mora. I wouldn't really recommend you to utilize this method much because it is too time consuming for too little rewards, but you may consider farming a couple of these elite enemies at times when you're in desperate need for Mora. Other notable methods of farming Mora would be through in-game events as well as the daily check-in page. Even though checking in only grants you about 13,000 Mora a week, Mora is still Mora at the end of the day. This video was made by the assumption that you would prefer to optimize your resin spending on either, let's say, artifact or talent farming, but there's always the option to spend a day's worth of resin to farm a decent bit of Mora of ley lines if you don't have the time of day to farm Mora manually. With all that being said, that will be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any other methods of farming Mora, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you learned a thing or two, and I will see you guys in the next video. As usual, peace out.